Good afternoon, people. Sean Arnold, live and well. Just figured I'd hop on, keep trying to upload little videos here and there just to keep things going straight. I'm just out in my yard, cleaning the yard up. This is the back of my house. A little junk pile there, but I used to be able to burn everything. And then all of a sudden, people got kind of cranky and I had to stop burning. But there's only a bad spot on the property, but who knows? This used to be all raspberries, and it's all over there is all raspberries. That's an apple tree. The apple trees don't grow anymore around here. But back in my day, we had like 1,000 apple trees everywhere, and the apples were, some are like 3 pounds, and delicious apples too, right? And then the mine came along and plowed everything back over. But we still get, like, this is all gonna be raspberries up here, and then still we got blueberries all through here. I got pear trees that I'm trying to dig out at nighttime and sneak it back and take it home with me, so I'm planting it here. But this is the back of my house. That's Lexi, and there's Lucy. Lucy's bad, aren't you? Bad girl, huh? Bad girl. Good girl. And then that's the dirty neighbor's house. Pieces of shit, but anyway. So, then it's out cleaning the yard up. Beautiful fucking day. Sun. We have some real clouds that are floating by, and then above that, fuck knows what that is. Well, we know what it is, but here's my trees. Beautiful. I've been here for about 13 years. I got it myself, and it's amazing how the story how I got this. Anyway, I got the kid's mother because she was cheating on me, and I was in the city making great money. I was a meat manager at one of the largest grocery stores, and I had the best sales, growth profits. I had the best production, waste, everything. And for like years, I was in the paper and stuff for it. And then I was a meat inspector for years. But anyway, and then I come back home, and right over, you can't really see it, I got closer, but way over there in this green building, this has been 2008. I drew a picture, and off this house that I'm in now, and it never even dawned on me with this house. And I drew my son and my daughter hold my hands, and us walking in together. And I dream about money too, but you can't do that, and I realized that. But anyway, so I put that picture up in the kitchen, in my bedroom, above my ceiling. And for 6 months, I dreamed about this house. Not this house I'm in now, but the house for me and my kids. And all of a sudden, this house here came up for sale, and I was going to go buy it. It was sold the very next day, so I didn't have a chance because these people knew the real estate people, so the real estate people went to them because they buy houses and flip them and shit. So anyway, so I was pissed off, and then I was working with this fella. He was like the head mafia, drug lord. Anyway, he had all these buildings, apartment buildings, and people would go there, and he get druggies and alcoholics and old people and young stupid people if I can go do work for him. Then he'd come beg me to go fix it. So anyway, so I was at his house one day, and this guy next door was building a house, and I was getting fed up with this person that I was working with. I seen him, like, people work all week for him, kill themselves for him. He'd buy a pizza and slice pizza and pop every day. And the week, he'd say, well, I fed you all week, here's $10, enjoy yourself. And these fucking idiots would take the money and leave, right? And I would flip the fuck out, like, he never done that to me. But anyway, so after the house was up for sale, and buddy bought this house that I'm in now, and then anyway, so I was working down in Glasgow doing the kitchen repair, and I seen his house, the guy next door building a house. So I walked over and I introduced myself, and I told him I do roofs and siding and all that shit, and I really appreciate it, give me the opportunity to help you out. Anyway, so the very next day he came to my house, and I lived right over there with my kids. And anyway, he came to my house and went to work with him, and And he was in his late 60s, electrician, like a master electrician. He worked for the government, and anyway, and his son owned a construction company. So anyway, this is 13 years ago. So anyway, so he picked me up and went there, and I started working with him. And the other guy that I was working with, the idiot, I can't say his name, but he showed up. He said, "Flippin', you stole my work," or blah, 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 blah. I said, "Listen, buddy," I said, "you didn't steal nothing." I said, "In there, I'm just jumping ship to a better party." Anyway, and this guy was so I built a house with him, and then he said, "You have to go for a drive." I said, "Right on, John." His name's John Sutherland, best man in the fucking world, love him to death. And Russell, the guy, he taught me. He was a masonry brick. He was one of them people, and he taught me for 5 years everything about cement and fucking building, and I could build scaffolding 15 feet in the air, 15 flights, so in the air. Tap into a house, build a walk for the now build another scaffolding up another 5-6 feet, and like staging up in the air, and then come back into the roof and go up to the chimney. And anyway, and I love it, right? Like me with cement and building with bricks and mortar is like second nature, and I love it with a passion. Anyway, so. He said, my friend John, I said, "Hop in the truck and we're going for a drive." He said, "I bought something." And I was going to rent the house next to the house that he was building because he owned it. And he driving along, and I was telling him about my dream and about my house. And we pulled in this place right here. And this house that I pulled into, the ceiling was on the ground. It was just fucked. The house was just destroyed. And I said, "Fuck, John." I said, "This house that I wanted." And very 2 minutes later, John said, "The house is yours, Sean." He's there, and he gave me the money. I came in, and for 6 months, me and my kids come here after I was done working with John, and there's my poster. Love my poster. A friend of mine gave this to me. I was down now because I showed it eventually. It's another story, but anyway. And so 13 years ago, I did that, and 6 months later, I had the house that I dreamed about, my kids, full custody. I walked in here 13 years ago with my kids and never turned back, and it's what I'm getting at is, it's true if you put your dreams and write it out and fake it till you make it in some sense, but you gotta understand what that means. You can't just fake something you don't have a clue about, but and that's just part of life. But anyway, and then I spent 10 years with John building houses, going electricians, and I was taught by from day one, from the time I was a child. I was taught by the older generation, like the real people that have been doing this shit, and not little kids or people that think they know what they're doing, like regular meat cutting. My grandfather taught me. My grandfather was the first meat cutter. I taught myself, learned bricklaying, cement work. I could do foundations. Like 3 years ago, this guy begged me. He sent me to the next province and paid for my hotel, paid for my food, everything else, and so I stay up there and do these contracts for him. And I said, I'm very loyal, and I love working. And I'm very fast, very patient, and very knowledgeable. But basically anything really. You throw me in any situation, work-wise, life-wise, and long as don't let the evil people get a hold of you, because they get a hold of you, people. They got a hold of me a little while ago. Like, my mother died, and she was the only thing in my world, the only thing that I loved, the only thing to have in this place, in this planet, was my mother. My father's still alive, and now we're getting a relationship together, but besides that, I have nothing. I got no friends, I got no relationships, I got nothing, because people, I try so hard, and I ain't perfect at all, but, you can only do so much, people. But anyway, and so my whole life, I planted trees right across Canada. I fish, I lobster, I build houses, I did foundations, electrical, I landscaping, out my ass, dig holes faster. I'm a church man, I love God. I love helping people, and the most thing I love about people is when you do things that people don't know that you're doing for them, and then and they appreciate it, and they like my prayer. I'm in this prayer club, and and then I pray all the time for these people in next town, and anyway, so just want to get back into my story. So I'm saying it's amazing what you do, and I lost my train of thought. Oh, there's my mom's angels, and when I got a little rough time, so I went down and asked Dad I could have them, and I put them up, and now they sort of protect me in my thoughts in heaven. Did I bring a smoke out? And there's a fucking bitch cocksuckers over there. That fucker over there touched my daughter, and I almost went that far from losing everything. But you take it as it comes. And my dandelions. Once my dandelions start growing a little more, I'm going to show you guys. Well, I've seen that follow, but you can I teach you how to make some dandelion wine. It's fucking delicious when you do it right. And make dandelion tea and stuff. And dandelion tea is the most healthiest thing for your immune system, for your lungs, for your blood. It regulates if you're diabetic. Anyway, I'm not a doctor, but but dandelions were brought here back in the day when the settlers came here, because they had no food. They didn't know how to survive. And dandelions is very, very, it's like wild animals. It has that acquired taste, but once you acquire that taste, you never go back, right? And so anyway, and there's a lot there's so much that's out here that we can have for ourselves, and all we do is cut it up but this is how life goes, and I'm thankful of my nanny that took care of me, loved me from day one, and my mother Sharon Arnold, that my angels in heaven, and since February of this year, how can I say it? I spent a lot of time in the basement of hell, and I fought and had nobody. But anyway, I got out of it, dug my way back out, like many times I did, and for my mother in heaven and everything, never ever, it's just hard when you get lonely, right? And you got nobody. But anyway, I have you guys now, so that's why I'm doing this for, because it fills my void, and it's just, it's nice, I guess, just to be able. And it's kind of weird though, talking to a phone and then doing it, but but like my nanny always said, it's crazy people that talk don't answer themselves. You're not crazy if you talk to yourself and answer yourself, because you're, is when you don't answer yourself is when you're crazy. I always talk to myself and answer myself, and people look at you. But the old ways is the way. Every time I bought, Nanny got me a pair of shoes, she always put a dime or penny in the. Don't quote me on this. Can't remember. I had to think about it. But the left shoe, she always put a penny in the left shoe, and I couldn't wear my shoes for a day because it was stupid superstitions with my nanny. Saying like walking down the ladder and stuff. Every time I was going to work, Nanny always said to me, "Don't walk on the ladder, Sean. Don't walk on that ladder." And that stuck with me from day one. Even now I'm 44 years old and I still do it. I say nope. Stupid, but. Just because I believe what my nanny did, what she did, because she's a remarkable and strong angel. Well, thank God I talked about this stuff. So anyway, I have this little stroll on my property, and while I got time now. Talk about, and I said I freaking I could years ago. Anyway, I can't draw. I can't spell. Right, I can spell a little bit, right, to get through everything. But I can't draw. And you know how people sit there, they can close their eyes and they can picture, you know, what a butterfly looks like, or they can picture what a tree looks like. Well, I can't do that. I try, but. Anyway, but when I close my eyes and meat cutting butchery, like I take a cow and when I'm done with that cow, friggin', it's the most beautiful steaks, roast, stew, pickling, smoked, corn, anything, right? Like sausages. When I'm done, there's nobody in this world that has a talent that I incorporated myself for that, and I love it with all my heart, and that's my drive in life. Like how crazy it is, like, but I live for it. But I can't shoot them anymore because friggin', you know. That's another story. But anyway, but I cut them up and hang them, and, you know, set them all up. And so anyway, so I was running a slaughterhouse like my whole life. Anyway, I was running a slaughterhouse and doing like 30, 40 cows a day, shooting and pigs. And, you know, pigs are crazy because they're all in the chutes, and then pigs and cows are smart. But once they start hearing them make noises and something's going on, them cocksuckers just don't want to go, right? But what you do with the cow is, you know, it doesn't matter if a cow's, it doesn't matter if a cow's 3,000 pounds. You just have to grab that cow around, wrap your hand around that tail, jam your fucking tail in your hand right up the cow's ass, and the cow will fucking do whatever you want. But anyway, that's a trick that the old timers taught me. Anyway, so I on this property here, there goes a little cocksucker there. Anyway, on this property, my two main goals were get a garden sustainable for me basically, and build a meat shop. And I had this girlfriend that I gave her everything. Anyway, you know, shit happens. But anyway, I just don't understand. But people don't, like, when you're with somebody, you know, the way I was taught, you know, you encourage them, you love them, you respect them, you help them, and they have like thoughts and dreams and goals and plans. You know, you work together to do that together. You know. Anyway, but in my situations, that's hard to come by. But anyway, so I never ate, bought liquor, smoked for 8 months. I ate a little bit, but I made sure her had everything she wanted, so I can build my dream. I suffered fucking just for that passion, and I built that, you know, and she helped me and stuff, and that's where I had to shoot, and the animals go in, and I shoot the animals and hang, and then I got air conditioner. I hang them in there, set them all up, and then I bought a $1,500 meat saw, grinder, smoke machine, and then I built this part on, and that's my store. And inside the store, and I don't go in there no more. I haven't been in there in 3 years. But anyway, so long story short, about 3 years ago, before I separated with her, she was sleeping with all my friends. She got knocked up with one of my friends, and the people that I helped. Right, these people were drug addicts, and I brought them home and took care of them. But anyway, that's what you get, and I'm okay with it, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about doing what God, and, you know, and loving. Anyway, so I come home and from doing a roof, and you know, the relationship should have ended a long time ago. But anyway, she knew how much that meant to me. She took a sledgehammer smashed everything that I owned, destroyed it, and I sat there for weeks, bending the metal hole. Anyway, long story short, I fixed it, and for like the saw blade, I'd be cutting meat, the saw blade fly off and cut my head off. So anyway, so I ripped up everything, chucked everything in the garbage because it was no good to me. Shut it all down, locked it up, and then I come out and then I focus on that. I turned my attention once she left and everything. So I spent just 3 years ago in the meeting room. So the year after I settled down, and then I started digging all that. I walked through the woods and there's old farms around. So I dug all these fences out, carried them for hours on my shoulders, all these fence posts and everything else here. And I spent the whole summer digging the ass out of me, and I took a lot of dirt out of this thing, and filled back in, tilled it all by hand. Just loved it, right? Drunk as a skunk doing it, but I love it with a passion. And last year I got it growing, and then I got tomatoes, cucumbers, I got feeds and stuff out of it. I was very proud. And so this year, as soon as the snow melt, I went out and started up again. This is my second year doing it, and anyway, and I'm going to bring you along on that adventure with me.